Hello everybody, it's Basilisk here, and welcome back to another episode of Infinite Skies. And you can see behind us, over there, the Britannia area, but I'm in a new magic area over here, and there's not much here yet, except for this little machine behind me. And this, let's just have a quick look at it, is my little grass block maker. So what we've got is very similar to what we had over with Britannia over there. We've got annihilation planes, and these are identity annihilation planes, which basically do silk touching of the grass blocks rather than getting dirt back. And then we've got formation planes placing the new dirt there. And then we've just got the normal vanilla um, grass spreading mechanic, which works basically in a 3x3 area around the dirt block, and it does go up and down, but I'm just doing it all on the one level here. So grass spreads onto these. As soon as it spreads, the annihilation plane breaks it, and we get in our system grass blocks, which have two particular uses for us. If we go over here, uses. For right now, the two uses that I'm doing is I'll be using them to get earth shards, and the other one was I needed to get some of these witchery seeds, and I've done this off camera because it took quite a few grass blocks to do. They're a very low drop rate. I put in fortune upgrades, which I'm not sure whether that worked or not, and speed upgrades, so I did it quickly. But we've got all of the different seeds, and the reason why we need these seeds is today I would like to get to Mutandis, because I've got a machine I want to try for this, and I haven't been able to try it yet because I haven't got this. So we need a witch's cauldron with mandrake root, exhale of a horned one, and an egg. Now, the witch's cauldron is that won't find it, cauldron. You have to use anointing paste on a normal cauldron. Well, a normal cauldron's easy. I should be able to just go in here, go cauldron. In fact, I have one. That's how easy it is. There we go. But anointing paste, or as I've heard it be called, annoying paste, belladonna flower, mandrake root, icy needle, and water artichoke. Water bottle, no problem, and cyan petals are no problem. In fact, we can probably get the cyan ones right now. Two of those. There we go. We've got more than what I wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just did the whole lot. That's okay. Bottle. In fact, I have a water bottle. Now, we've got our seeds. At some point I'll add them into this farm. I won't do that right now though, but we need some of these. For some reason I am getting a bit of lag right now, but we'll persist with this. I'll need some bone meal, and now I should be able to go put that down, that, and bone meal it up. And there we go. So now with those, we should be able to make, so anointing paste, like so. I have now got it. Sweet. And let's put it over this side. This is actually going to be my Thaumcraft area, but for now, I'll just set this up here. So that will mean I'll put the netherrack there. We'll have, and knock that out. I can then use my fluix cable, come to there, like that. Place the cauldron there. We'll use our anointing paste on it. Whoa! Now it's a witch's cauldron. And let's put the fluid export bus onto there. And say we want water. And that does work. So now we've got, that's going to keep that filled with water all the time. So that's good. Now what do we need next? Well, to get the mutandis, we need this exhale of the horned one, which is done in a witch's oven. And this is where things get a bit tricky. So, that's not how you spell witches. Witches oven, alchemical furnace, and arcane stone block. So, Thaumcraft. We need some iron caps, iron 1 caps, these ones. We'll need 2 of those. And we'll need to make a wand. There we go. We are then going to have to get our Thaumonomicon. So for that we need some books. Grab that one, grab this one, drop it down, smack it with our wand. We have the Thaumonomicon. Now, I'm pretty sure that the stone blocks are available straight away. So that's these ones here. Arcane stone is available straight away. We're going to need some of the tables though. We'll need 3 of these. So that's living wood. Okay, I know I've got plenty of living wood. Let's see how our living wood and stone production's going. I actually ran out of stone, so it stopped producing that, but I've got tons and tons of living wood. Let's make a couple of those. That should be plenty. Across the top. 2 of these. Now we're going to need 3 tables. And these ones. And this is going to be our Thaumcraft area. Our witchery area is probably going to be over there. So I will move this witch's cauldron at some point. And this might not be the final place for these either. But let's whack that guy with our wand. Now we've got that. We're also going to need some scribing tools. So, do we have what we need for scribing tools? This one? Let's see. It's putting bone meal in there. And so with the floral flower powder not working, I decided to make a little ad hoc squid farm here. So what we have is dead squid, but it has to be down below Y64, so we're down there, and I moved it away a bit. I created one initially over here, didn't get any spawns, and it might be because of the other animals up here. Even though I went and killed a whole lot of them, I still didn't get any spawns, so I'm not sure, but with it over there, that worked. So now we have the ink that we so desperately need for these scribing tools. I made myself an angel block, by the way, to be able to get that to build out there. Okay, so scribing tools. This guy, are you going to do weird things again? Well, you took the ink, but you did not do the bottle. Typical. I want... Oh, because it's not a normal bottle. Okay. Interesting. That's a glass vial. Mana glass and clay. Well, that makes it more understandable, so let's do that then. So, I think did I get extra mana glass? Yes. Okay. 3, 4, 5. Might as well make a few of these. And clay. Slightly annoying at times when things look the same between... I mean, the glass files look very similar to glass bottles, which is a bit of a pain. I definitely want to get 2 of those, and we can now go and place one of those on our table there. Cool. Okay, the other thing we need is some paper. So we made up a bunch of that before. Let's get half a stack, and we want to start researching stuff because we need to get to the alchemical furnace, which I think is over here. So niter, actually the one I always like to do first is this research expertise. So let's do this. And this is the old, if you've ever done Thaumcraft before, the old joining the things up, which I can't do because I need to get scanning stuff. Artifice. We need one of these guys. Okay. Well, let's go with something else I was going to do, some automation. I want to get a hammer. Is it called a hammer? The automatic hammer, this guy, can work quite well for going really fast. And I've got all of those speed upgrades and fortune upgrades already. Now, I want to put an interface onto the side of that guy. So, interface, one of them, and I want an import bus. Yep. This interface, I really want to turn it into one of those. I'll connect him up to that side, and then the input bus up to that side. Do I still have my ME cables? Yes, I do. Then we are going to go with ME cables up here. I'll go underneath that, and ME cables up here. That joins on. That will work. Okay, so what are we going to smash in there? Well, one of the things that we need for the witch's oven is a fire crystal cluster. So let's get fire crystals automated. Fire crystals are made. If we come down here, whoa, too far. Okay. So fire crystal. Well, that's a fire crystal cluster, and it's made of these fire shards. So, magic bees, no, not yet. Hammering nether brick. Okay, so do we have a recipe for nether brick in here already? No, we don't. And we've got no recipe for those nether bricks. So, we need to sort that out. So, nether brick, we can go 1 netherrack makes a nether brick, and we switch to the processing pattern, and that makes that. Then we can go nether brick and go to that one and encode that. Over we go to our interface. We need a redstone furnace, I think, is down the bottom. Okay, we put this one into there. So that will then make us the nether bricks that we need. And we put the other one, which I left over here, didn't I? Yes. We put him into this section here. There we go. Now, I've got no, I don't have any nether brick on me. Nether brick. Let's grab those. And then in this automatic hammer we can put the nether brick in, and that will make us those fire shards. And they will actually be pulled into the system. Okay, goodo. We can now go to our place down here. And what did it actually say about fire shards? So, that makes 4 fire shards from that. Okay, did I get exactly 16? I don't know whether the fortune will actually make any difference here. No, we got 16, so I can probably take out those fortune upgrades if they don't seem to make a difference. So I can now say in here, with a processing pattern, I can go nether brick, craft one of those, and there we go. I can say one of those gives me fire shard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Write that out, and we can put it into the side here. Then I can say fire shard, take all those out, and go craft me, let's say 32. Start, and it should send some nether brick up here. I'll take those fortune upgrades out. They're just going to be wasting power. Wasting power, I say. And it looks like we probably want some accelerators in the export here. So, might as well fill it up. So now we have fire shards, 32 of them. Sweet! Which means we should be able to make the thermometer. Yes, this guy. We can make ourselves a thermometer. And now comes the scanning all the stuff. But you can do it in your inventory. Just hover over things and it will scan them. So, I'm going to spend a little bit of time scanning things, and then we'll come back to do that research. Okay, I'm back, and I have now got all of the stuff unlocked. Well, at least most of the aspects. I think there might be 1 or 2 that I haven't got yet, but I've done a lot of scanning, and I think that we're going to do well here. So we've got Cognito, Census, and Auto here. And if I have a look at my book, we have to figure out a way to join those all together. Well, I don't know, maybe we just put Ignis there and air here. Spiritus is probably one of those ones that we don't have a lot of. So Ignis and air. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay, I think those two together make Lux, yes. So, Auto to Lux, what can we do there? Auto and Ignis is Potentia. So now I can put my Potentia, when I find it, this one here, and then I can use Ignis to join those two together. And Ignis is there. There we go, all joined together, got my research knowledge, and the reason why I wanted this one is it makes the next research easier. Not that this research is hard at all, because that can go to there, we can put a fire and a Lux and a fire. There we go, got that one. So now we've got Niter, which means hopefully we can... we need Elementum as well. Oh, so much research to do. There we go, that is the Elementum, and then we can go on to essentially distillation, which should hopefully get what we want, which is the alchemical furnace, that's right. So let's put this one in. It's a little bit more tricky, so I'll just get this one done too and be right back. Essentia distillation discovered. Now, does that give us what we want? Alchemical furnace, yes. So we need arcane stone blocks, a crucible, and a furnace. Good. Oh, shouldn't be a problem. So a furnace. Let's craft. It just needed one, didn't it? Yes. And then we're going to need some stone. Let's craft up a bunch of that. I've set up stone so it actually crafts really quickly. And we need some living rock. Living rock. Here we go. And some sort of shards. What shards do we have so far? Pretty much just these ones. Okay. Over to our table we go. Put in our cap. And we can now, our wand, and we can now make arcane stone blocks. These guys. I will need a few of these. So, for now, let's get half a stack. Still got plenty of stuff in there for the next recipe. Put that down on the ground. Take our wand. Hit it. Break it. Put it back in. There we go. So, all of that for a witch's oven. This one. So, need to make one of those. Do we have everything else? Yes, we do. Good times. Okay. So we'll put that there, and get us some coal. Yeah, I've never actually done witchery before, so this is a new thing for me, and I know some of the stuff that you do, but I'm not 100% on the mod, and I will probably do some things wrong. So we're waiting for some breath of the goddess, I think. No, foul fumes, I think. Exhale of a horned one. There we go. See? Don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we also need eggs and mandrake root. We have one. Okay. So I'm going to... It might be order dependent, so I'll put them in the right order. 1, 2, 3. It bubbles away, does its thing, and should give me... Mutandis, and refills itself up. Good stuff. I'll get a couple more of these and then we'll get on to the next step, which is the actual thing that I wanted to do. I had to do all of this before trying what I actually wanted to do. Okay, so what I wanted to try was how formation and annihilation planes work with things like this. In particular, how it could work with Mutandis. So this definitely can place the sapling, so that's good. If I mutate it, now the question is whether the annihilation plane can pick it up. It might not be working. At the moment, I think that's just scrolling around. Can I set this to be a blacklist? I think what I want is one of these inverter cards. So I'm going to need some more of the advanced cards. Inverter card. And if I go down here, put this on and say oak, then now if I break that, it will place one. Good, good, good. Now if I mutate it, I don't know what it's getting, but it is getting stuff. Okay, so far so good. The biggest thing with these mutandis thing is you got to use a lot of it to actually get the saplings that you want. What I wanted to do next was a autonomous activator. This guy here. What are we missing? Tin gears. I really need to set this up. Got the tin gears. There we go. Autonomous activator. We want to place that here. We want to set it to nothing. And we want to right click. Didn't want that to happen. Okay. We want it to right click with mutandis. We're going to have to give that some power. Well, that's working. We've got more exhale of a horned one as well, so we can make some more of this mutandis. Let's see. So the obvious problems I think with this is the growing the tree when you don't have mutandis in there. So I guess you could use blocks above it to stop that. In fact, I'll put a block above it, see if that helps. So well, that works really well for getting those, and I'm assuming it's actually putting something into my system. I can't even tell. So let's have a look. Witchery. We have got older saplings and Rowan saplings. So it is working. I'm going to need a lot more mutandis though, but I'll do that off camera. I might see if there's a way to get this relatively easily automated. But yeah, this will be all for this episode. It's probably gone a bit long anyway. So until next time, I hope that you enjoyed seeing my progress into the magic mods and a little bit of automation going on there. We have automated shards for the fire shards in particular, but the ice ones and some of the other ones aren't going to be too hard to do either. And an automated mutandis situation. I don't know what to call it. A little automated mutandis machine. Anyway, I hope that you have a great week. I hope that you enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye! Straight off the edge.